Hello and welcome. Right, well, how well did we do? What did we do? We did all of the grass in this field. We put wheat in this field here. This very tractor actually did the wheat in this field. We put wheat in the field by the farm, which I shall show you more properly, but we'll also be doing two things at once. I want to take this back too. We used this to actually grab the grass because the big tractor was always doing like the things that the big truck, well, when I say big tractor, it's 240. Wow. I set Reinke going on the ploughing of field 87 because it was the last job that needed doing, and she has, I think it's a she has finished the task right now, so that's quite amazing. This was also, though, was not just a bystander. It had a very integral part to play for the entire session. Yeah, grabbing the grass off the fields with this beautiful thing. Then that also, although it deserves a massive, this was a fantastic bit of kit. Really did the job very well. And we learnt how to like rotate around points a bit better. There's always, I did say this about, I love the STX from the AGI pack a lot as well. I used to use that an awful lot, and I always said right at the beginning when I first started to use it, there'll be little knacks you learn on this as you go along that you'll find out that make it easy. And it's true, toward the end I did sort of find a couple of like little tricks that really made it very useful. Let's grab that as well, and then we should show you. Yeah, we wheated. Yeah, let me show you this away because you can see which one. Yeah, we put new wheat in this one. We ploughed that ready, and we need to obviously fertilise. That's only single fertilisation, which we didn't do. It was already there, and not 94 likewise. We did that. So a lot of fertiliser needs doing next session. There's a lot of liming needs doing next session, and we will actually grab you and we'll take you and stick on the other field that needs it. You can also see we've got the grass. It was mainly grass. We grabbed all of the grass of this, the last cut of the year. And we got that gives it just, it should get to second growth stage. At least it won't hit next year, like with no, it's not my place to sort of leave it. We've got September, we've got October and November to sort of grow, and then it will die back. It's still not going to be perfect though, right? August would have been perfect, but yeah, it's, you can't always like do it like that, can you? So right, let's visit, let's see where we, ooh, perfect. You don't get much better than that, do you? Right, so then yeah, grass. Let's show you how well we did with the grass. Yeah, mainly it's in the self-sufficiency. We need to put the water in. We might actually, we'll send our little geezer here. So we've got 305,000 litres in there. In our grass silo, we also had 120,000 litres, which I think some of that, I think we had more. I think some of that came over on the hour at 16 minutes ago. It's true, we could actually leave the farm tech over there because it sort of really hasn't got a purpose. Well, it's not the best for doing this job though. Try the Kawaco because it's more about the flow rate. In fact, the perfect one for this job is mine. I'm not sure if I changed the flow rate on the bigger one. It started off as an Abbey, but obviously you can see that it's not an Abbey anymore. What I mean is the XML file, that's the control file you could call it, for the mod, started off as an Abbey, but obviously I'd already tweaked it for my smaller one, and this would be interesting here to see how cornering goes, because I've really widened that out as wide as wide can be, so it was really very topsy-turvy. I've also shrunk it. It's only a little bit taller at the back than, it does come down, which it really would do, but it is a bit of a monster. So let's see, I'm sure I did the flow rate on this. Ooh, wow. Okay. Ooh. It's all to do with shape and physics, right? So then, I need to find where it actually releases as well. I've never done this actually yet with it. As in, like, this taken water out of it. So I don't really know where it, or whether it even works, or whether I've done this right, because so far I've not actually sort of ever had, I've always sort of like filled it. No, I did used to do this, so it should be. I'm going to say it, I just don't know where the point is that it actually empties. It seems to, oh, it does, it's at the front. Right, okay. I think we've just moved off the place where we dumped. Yeah, it's a bit precise. Can we fill from the same place? No, we can't. A little bit too far away from the Omentana. Oh, we can. Now it's decided we can do that. So this is the bit where you just battle, and it literally just battle, going up. And it's also like releasing 2, which means it really does sort of fill it up quite nicely. See, all you do is you just leave that trundling now, and it literally, I was worried when I first did this that, oh yeah, that's right, it does something weird if you go into, it never used to, you used to be able to get away with this. Now you've almost got to stay in this. I don't know if you can get out as well, or whether that stops it after a few seconds. It seems to centre a lot of things in Farming Simulator, centre upon you, the person. That's my Star Wars alarm to tell me it's 7 o'clock and time to get ready for work. It's not time for work. Thank goodness, not quite. Right, so, oh wow. Tardy is about done. Yeah, the names are a bit not quite right. Yeah, it's going to be ladies' names for men and things like that, so I do like it. I hope we do eventually get the ability to put our own names in. That would be really... I did look originally and see if there was an XML file for it. There wasn't. There never used to be. I loved the helper names one in FS25. It was a cracker. You could put your own names in, and it did get the sex of the workers right. Yeah, it did literally have male and female workers. This modder seems to just like put male and female names in and like allowed the game to choose, which is then it makes for a good laugh to see Mike as a lady. Yeah, it does. It is quite funny actually. Right, so yeah, really we're quite busy. We had, now let's just see how we're doing. Has it stopped is what I'm wanting to know. Yes, it has. You see, it's yeah, so much. Whereas if you stay by it, yeah, you can actually do your filling and your dump at the same time. So you, oh no, it's must be on the edge of the thing as well. I've got to be, really. So that's, yeah, that's more about the where I am on the trigger. So it's near the front. I like that. I'm quite happy with that. Start going to, yeah, I think it's on the edge of the trigger. This is why it's a bit more fitty and starty than normal, really. It's not normally this bad. Let's have a look how we're doing. How much do we need? A lot of water. We had 304 and there's another 120 to come in, so we need at least, actually, about what we've got in now. Let's just pull forward a little bit. That's better. It is going in it. Oh, is it not dumping? Huh. It says dump, but it's not really quite on there, is it? Right, let's try and get this in a slightly better place. Some of it could be my trigger as well, by the look of it, because that looks not far off right to me. It's a bit of a struggle. Mind you, it would be. This is a bit really beyond this, isn't it? Yeah, it seems to be quite towards the back. It could be levels as well. That's the other thing about such things. Oh. It's a bit of a strange one. Now we are a long way away, so it seems to be on that corner, and it could be height. It could. Well, that does seem very little to me. What do I know? Right, let's just So we know it's towards that corner. See if we can sort of inch towards the bit where we feel and dump at the same time. No, we want to feel not like that, but we want to let me dump. It doesn't seem to. It seems to be on that very edge. It feels nice and quickly, as you can see. So it's not really the end of the world if you don't do this. I think this one will actually probably be enough. Let's just try and find that dump mark. It seems to be on that very corner. It's a bit temperamental as well. It is. Temperamental triggers are the worst. The very, very worst. Yeah, we seem to have this on a few. I don't know whether I'm not quite low enough to the... I did have it where it wasn't working, so I fixed that out. Well, I thought I'd fixed it, and it... ooh, yeah, it's a bit... It could be the... Now, this is one thing that Mac Trucker did on one of his, and it was actually the trailer too high above the trigger. Yeah, it does seem that it could be that. I never thought of that. It's a little bit high, really. It's a very precise mechanism, the game. It really doesn't like... So it might be that I have to knock this down just a touch to get it right, because it's sort of hovering above. Never had any problem with the Abbey, because obviously the Abbey was much, much lower. So it looks to me very much like that this is a bit temperamental due to the actual trailer. And again, this is precisely why I want... Yeah, it is. As it's rising again, I bet you the other tractor would struggle with this because it would be too high. Because this is quite low. So we don't seem to be able to find the sweet spot again. It was about... Ah, that's true. If we do that... If you sort of... You're actually making your thing go lower, aren't you? If I do it like that at the right spot, it will should actually go just low enough. He says, because he totally goes where he thought he would actually do it and it didn't. Okay, well, that's a bit of a crash, but I do think it could well be the trailer as well. I've not accidentally gone past. No, we're wasting people's time now. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think it's got to be something like, or we're filled up. Because it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. No, we're nowhere near filled. I think it is enough anyway, so that's all that really matters. So yeah, productive session. I love to come on the map at the end. Yeah, we did the grass cutting on that one. We planted that one. We planted that one, and we cut the grass on that one. So really a massive turnaround. We've also prepared these two fields for whatever we decide to do next year. So really a very fruitful sort of session. It's just got the winter to go through now, which is amazing, and obviously I've got a lot of work to try to make this a little bit better, because I do think it's just a little bit too high, like Mac Truckers was for a long time. And it was that because I sort of proved it, but I used to dig a hole, and then of course it went into the hole, and then it was at the right level, and it was like that for ages. It sort of, I don't know whether he thought it was alright, but it was not quite right. I stopped having it for a long time, which is a shame because it was a cracking bit of kit, but yeah, I've done the same thing myself. Inadvertently, this is a little bit too tall, I'd say, so it needs a bit of adjustment. I suppose I could make the support a little smaller. No, because you need to be connected to it. I could put the support a bit further back, and then it would sink down lower. That's not a bad idea. We could do that. That sounds like a plan to me. A bit more under the... Because it doesn't really matter where that goes. It's just a support. I'm trying to think there. If it's closer to the middle, isn't that going to put it up more? Not if I make it smaller, but yeah, it would actually. Physics is a straight thing to work out, really. It really is. I do enjoy it, though. But that is it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. It's a session worth watching. There was some antics with the learning to get to grips with it, and also the fields. The how bad the field was. It was definitely good fun. You could watch the Deutz struggling quite a lot, and I was trying to focus on how hilly that field was, so you could see that like how hilly it was, because the game naturally levels you out, and it doesn't look too bad, but it really is quite a bad, very very bad in fact. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. All that remains to be said is thank you. No, it isn't. No. I get so mixed up sometimes. It's true about like which bit is where I'm going to put this, and whether I'm saying hello or I'm saying goodbye and all the rest of it. But no, I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Welcome back to Rettenbach. Yeah, we are on the farm again. Yeah, this little short run. Well, I'm not sure how short a run it is. I've sort of done things a little differently in FS25, where I've like got my recordings. I've got quite a lot of certain recordings. I've been after a good job, even though it is a cracking. Right, let's get everybody ready. Am I going to time lapse this? I think I am, because then we can have a good old chat when we're finished. Yeah, definitely. I don't know whether I'm coming down with something or not. I just don't quite feel. Normally I do a little tiny bit of modding, and I just didn't feel up to it. Yeah, I broke my flatbed. But obviously the version we've got is the version before I started to work on it, the last thing that I did. So the one we've got is absolutely perfectly okay. But the one it doesn't matter which one I use. Don't know what went wrong with the other one, but every time it comes back into the game, it crashes the game. So seriously, just can't use that at all. Oh, that was lucky. So then, if we do that, I love this. It's quite amazing. And again, I'm going to like go with the original one from Giants, and I'm going to like do something very similar. But I'm going to model it. It's not going to be the original. Yeah, it's going to make it a little faster, not a lot, a little faster with its unload rate. Because I think if you're relying on something like this, it's got to be fairly fast. Yeah, I do really think that's true. So this wants to go straight in self-sufficiency. Although we've got the pusher there, we don't need to push it because it's not that far to this. No, that's our silo really, and I thought it was just a better place than in the farmyard. Because we've got the little silo that's not that terrible anyway itself, that's already in the yard. So obviously it can't be pushed to, which is, I don't use them so much as I used to now, so I tend to use the pusher more than anything, because it's so useful having a silo that is a production. It really is. And so you want to go this away. Yeah, I've got it on the I've got the belt system on the back of the tractor, because I thought the ground is a bit tricky, some of it, and it does. Yeah, it's not the most powerful of engines on the belt system. Obviously, it's not. What is it? It's probably hidden in that little front section. It really would be, because it has got power. I don't know about the. Well, no, I think you can move them, but I do think they're supposed to move under your steam rather than under their own. Oh, no. Yeah, it really is fantastic, really. It's just like having it does like a bale at a time, and then you unload it into, but I think it's slightly more. It'll be a very big bale. Yeah, I've been looking at a few mods and wondering, deliberating, DD Mod Passion Master modder that he is. I was looking at his loading and unloading thing. Yeah, his pallet add-on type thing, and I thought, do we go for that? I mean, the other thing is, one thing that is a bit confusing is he doesn't say how the capacity of. I've never had it, and I thought, well, this is the first time I've gone onto this, and I thought, I'm not being nasty, but what capacity is your pallet? Again, I mean, I can put it in and have a look, but it may, and what I'm trying to say is, if you're an end user, you've got to have your... It is true, some of the modders are not so good on the descriptions. They're brilliant modders, but they don't say enough about what their thing does. Or I often, and I'm now speaking as a user, I'm not having a go either, but I am saying that we've all got sort of shortcomings, and it's true. I'm not very good at... I'll air my... I'm not very good at the name side, the business side of like putting descriptions in onto YouTube. I always like think, I'm not sure what makes this good, like why. Whereas some, like Mr. CLP, is an absolute expert with his titles and all the rest of it, and it always... there's puns and all manner of things, whereas I struggle with that, I really do. So I'm just, like leveling the thing, not having a go, because it might be that it's not DD Mod Passion's first order of business, that type of thing. I'm glad that we're doing this on its Steam and not its own, because it's a bit of a struggle. That's it, we've reached it. Yeah, so I think it has to be clear, should be clear, obviously, when you're doing something like that, to the person reading exactly what it does. The same as it's productions. People will put productions, the pictures of productions, and they won't say what capacity, they won't say the ingredients. Now, the ones that I really like, there are a few modders who are brilliant at it, and they'll like recipes. If you're having a production, the most important thing is your recipes. Everything else is immaterial. It can look beautiful. There's one that I saw yesterday. Is it PSC or? And it was one I think I tried. It's a beautiful mod. The hours and hours and hours have been spent on this mod. And I'm talking about the one in FS25 now. This one is very similar, and I thought, am I going to load it in? It looks beautiful. I did it on a German map, and it was like plants, and it looks maybe PSC or something like that. And I put it in, and I did it, and it made no business sense. I was losing money, my ingredients, and I thought, well, I don't mean it nasty, but the very first thing that your production has to do is make money. I mean, I can lose money on like the cereal factory by Giant Software. That if anything, at the very best, keeps your money together. I've sort of added that up so many times, and I'm thinking, I think you get a tiny, weeny little bit of profit actually at the end. I think that's it, but you certainly don't make a lot. Right, let's empty this time, because it will be getting heavy. Magic. Yeah, we're about full anyway. Yeah, fantastic. That's going on and on and on, isn't it? Wow. Well, that's as close to full as you can get, really, without it being full. Yeah, and I sort of did it on a Let's Play. It looks beautiful. You're making plants, and the expense of the ingredients outstrip the cost of what you made. And I thought, I'm sure I'm losing money. And then when I did sort of work it out, because it's not always easy, sometimes you're relying on the fact that modder, the one thing they will have done is made it make money. And then sometimes it was a beautiful mod, and I had to stop using it. It was going to be like the #1 mod within the game, and I thought, well, that would teach. You should have done some testing on it. I thought, well, you shouldn't really need to. Truthfully, it should be that the prime thing of any production is it's profit worthy, even if it's not terribly fantastic. But that one, so I'm like looking at it thinking, oh my life, is this the same as the one that we had in FS25? Because if it is, it's going to be one of the most short-lived mods in my arsenal of mods and productions. I mean, yeah, the modders who I always and totally sort of trust that they're going to do that right are Omatana and G866 mods doesn't do. Yeah, I've not seen anything by them since the production shed, and I've got to be honest, very underrated, very, very good modder. Yeah, very good in every single way, shape and form. I mean, you could say, well, yeah, the production shed was just a shed. Well, maybe started that, but the innards of the production shed was quite fantastic. The recipe was fantastic. And what I mean by that is it was very well thought out, very, very balanced. Very, very balanced. Yeah, it really was. It was good, but not so good that it was super duper. Death Pledge is another one that's good at things like that are a little bit cheeky, but like not so cheeky that it's like terrible. Yeah, there's got to be a bit of cheekiness, but like done in the right possible way, that cheekiness is good cheekiness. And then there are some that are just ridiculously good, you know, where you're like, yeah, the straw to manure mod, that was, I had that in for a while. It always made me uneasy because I knew it was going over like what I would class as reasonable. I knew it. So I think I'm too far over, I think. The trouble about doing it sideways is the fact that there's not much width on them. You can sort of like roll past it really, and obviously you're relying on a bit of luck or a bit of sort of slightly that you can, it's because it's not very easy to actually do. Well, that didn't take as long, and that's what I'm saying. This is our baling. Right, I'll switch you off. This is our baling, and we managed to do it really quickly. So, like, it's a bit of a struggle for it. Yeah, it's ever so weird. I've got to be honest. It's just one of the weakest. I mean, I've had lots of Let's Plays where there's like one Massey as the lone tractor that you're given, and it's obviously it's only really capable of using small equipment. I understand that. That's what it's set there for, and it's set with the right equipment and it's balanced. But that's my point. I know I keep going on about it, and I'm not having a go per se, but I am in another way. Is obviously that little tractor that was the lead tractor was incapable of using the equipment that it was given. Certain bits, especially the mower, and that was a bit of a head scratcher to me. I'm like, huh? You know, but don't get me wrong. This person spent hours and hours. What have I let? No, I moved straight on. That's what I say. I'm not having to go in someone just if the map maker was watching, sort of thing. I want to tame this so that wouldn't offend, because I've got to be honest, they are already giving me hours of pleasure on this map, and so therefore I would wish the hammer blow to be gentle and also respectful of the fact that this person has, you know, given me hours of fun on this map already. It is a cracking map. Right, we ought to, yeah, it's true, we ought to get that harvester away, because our harvest is achieved. Now it's August, so yeah, we do need to lift that up, but it is our field now. We don't need to worry. If we stick that like that, we should be able to put the trailer. We'll try you, but I'm not sure you're gonna make. Oh no, it's not high enough. It's yeah, I've got to adjust the height. I adjusted it thinking it was a good thing. It's funny, sometimes you can hit upon a good designer, but a little bit by more by luck than judgment, as the old saying goes. And I did. I extended the support on the front of this. Now, did I? I think I did change it, but I changed it on the model that's now broken. This one's still as long as it was before, so yeah, it's a little bit too long. It goes into the ground a bit, and then it just scrapes sometimes on things, which you don't want that. So it needs tweaking a little. And if this is the working model, I have no idea what went wrong on the other model. No idea at all. I was trying to think about it earlier. I was thinking, yeah, but they're all in the right place and everything. I just don't get what I've done. Yeah, that's good. I haven't altered the height at all. That's the main thing. It's again, more by luck than judgment, but it is in the right place. Yeah, I'm trying to do it without strapping it first, because that's the natural thing of like, well, is this right? Yeah, if you can sort of push it from a harvester's, drop it on, is what I'm trying. I'm struggling with my words. If I'm being honest. Yes, I'm struggling with my words. That they're not for like, it's almost like a Friday night. It's only like I've only got through Monday and Tuesday. Right, so my life. Whereabouts? No, that's. Yeah, let's stick this in the new shed. I would like to see as well. For future reference, I do like using these like sheds, but then it's nice to see how big is it. Is it big enough for a harvest? It looks like it is. It's a very good value. Very good value. Old, battered, but I'm not bothered about that. It's got plenty of life left in it. It's just, yeah. So one bay for a harvest. You could probably get a second piece of equipment, really, if you let's not try and knock it down. Right, let's switch your engine off. We don't need that. And then let's stick this header away. Ooh, that's true. Well, no, we can front lift it off. Let's grab him and grab him as front lifter. Stick the weight on the back, and I reckon as we pass this like item here on the floor that it perhaps needs a bit of a like go, because I can't see through the windows. I think we ought to be able to. One of the primary things of the tractor is, I mean, we have put it right near on the way past, so there's no excuse. It is true though, it's a little bit rookie, or was. Right, so I need to, yeah, must remember as well to, ooh, a little tiny bit left on there. Right, front loader, and we need the box as our weights. Being as it is, it's a weight, it's a ton. I can actually stick the other weight on, and then it really does become a real hefty weight, which is not a bad thing. But then it becomes heavy when you use it as a front box, so it's a bit one of them things that obviously Giants thought was a good idea, but like you think, I'm not sure it works quite well. But yeah, there are lots of things that we all do like that were a bit like me with extending that. You think, oh, that's a good idea, and then like when it comes to it, it gets bang, bang, bang on the floor, and you think, oh, was that a good idea? Absolutely not. Was it good? But then again, it reinforces the fact that you're. Now, where are we going to stick the header? I think over there. It reinforces the fact that you actually had it right, or makes you realise something was good. So then you like think, right, okay, I got that right. Whether I stumbled across it, there's got to be a bit of luck, hasn't there, really? You can't just get everything right. Nobody's design's going to be perfect. I mean, yeah, right, so we need to go under a little. I've got to make sure I don't grab the... I've got to hug it to me so that its centre of gravity is... We're only just there, which you'd expect, really. It's not exactly a snippet, is it? So we've left all of our tools and that in the way. Now we've got the giant header. Right, scrap you. Yeah, it does wander a bit. Again, I've got chocks. Chocks are another thing. Oh, that's in the way it is. The chocks I need to do on the trailer. It wanders. It does. It's like not... Again, this, and then I've got to do the lights. So I've just got to like master these. I thought I'd finish. I don't have to do the ups and the downs. You can see the eyelets on this, but they don't. Well, they don't, we've seen it not quite working. But I really would love to do that. It's one of those things. But it might be that if I crash and burn a few more times, I might think, oh, you know, like let's just leave it. Let's leave it with just the standard what most people do. I think I've only seen the TPS. Ooh. Yeah, I think only I've seen the TPS that actually does that. We could stick this. Watch the gate there. Yeah, we could just gently do that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Just looking at the ends on these to see how piercy they are. Fairly heftily piercy, aren't they? They really are. Yeah, they're killers. They're nasty. Yeah, I'm trying to design a spike that was still sort of slightly spiky, but also a bit flattish, so that it sort of like pierces, but like it's more like a screwdriver that would still pierce a bale without damaging it. Whereas obviously you can have the flat blades that we've got, and you could use them. You can use them, but in real life they damage the. No, let's stick this on, that's true. We will go through till... My sounds seem a little quiet, actually. Oh, mind you, I'm a long way out. Yeah, no, I do think I'm a little bit... Like on this. It's ever so strange. If I, no matter, yeah, it sounds. It's if I go from my desktop now, it's still not very loud. Yeah, actually, let's just stick it. Yeah, if it sounds on certain recordings, it all gets recorded on the same machine, and I get the sounds right. And we can dump it straight away as well, which is brilliant. Which means it should do that trick of like filling it until that's it. Yeah, we've already done it. Oh no, we should have watched this one equally because it's a little bit messy. It really is. Right. So then it is August. So September. Let's go through till tomorrow. Let's check the sales because sometimes you do get things drop. Well, no, that's all exactly. Yeah, we went through every single one of these, didn't we? That one's tempting. Well, I mean, it would clear us out, literally. But then we've got lots of fields, we've got lots of equipment. One thing we should be doing, though, is checking to see whether our... This is green. Now, the mozzarella's yellow. Oh, that's white still. So nothing is good at the minute. So, right, we literally want to be going through till tomorrow. And we do want to be changed to 9 o'clock, which was, yeah, it's going to be a blink of an eye jobby. And then we really want to go through till the morning. I'm going to need to check my headphones. I've got headphones with adjustable volume as well. So really, you have to make sure that the volume on those is okay too. Right, that was not a bad tick-up. Oh, it's working. Oh, fantastic. So we did well to leave this like this. Oh, brilliant. Now, the one thing I did notice a little bit was that seemed to make FS25 worse was if you empty it completely. It shouldn't make a bit of difference. It really shouldn't. But when it's got like 75 tons in and you take like 50 and you leave 25 on it did seem a bit better. It might be totally like wrong. Right, are we straw 90 odd tons? We cannot get through a lot. But so we do need to... Yeah, let's get some straw. We could actually get mad with the straw. No, let's just do one single. We don't, yeah, otherwise, you never know. It's 248. Oh, we did say we needed another trailer. My beautiful, I love this. I do. All the modders trailers. This is one of my absolute favourites. We're going to go for the biggie, though. 40. What is that doing? Doing like little... Type 1. So that's like solid. But it's still got the thing at the front where you could use it as a forage thing. Side markers. Rear decal. New mudguard. And hose holder. Galvanized front ladder. And... let's do a bit of secondary colour, shall we? I think we're going to go for black. Or do we go black with a bit of red? I think body colour black. A real black. And then the secondary colour we want to be a messy red. Yeah, a touch of red. I always think tension belts. Well, I didn't realise this could be. Is it? I presume then this. That's got me foxed. Really? 19,150. And we will go and grab that. I don't think any of that, the rest of it is of any use at all. We personally, in this tractor, yeah, it's typical, isn't it? We could actually afford another tractor, and I did say this. We've got loads of tractors. We've sold. The other thing I'd like to do, I think, obviously we had no choice. It was a building's width. It looks a bit odd, that massive a thing as your entrance. I was looking and editing and thinking that's a bit strange. You really need to do something. So we need to like put a little bit of fence section in both of these. So it looks like if you're meant to do it, basically. I always get this wrong. Always forget, yeah, fences. Let's stay in character as well. Should we do it? I don't know that it... Well, let's try it. It would then totally match. Right, so... It wants to be number 3, so 3 is the biggest. I think, if I remember right. And I still don't think it's very big. Oh no, it's perfect. It's the same kind of stuff. Which is really what you would want. To about... Yeah, I want it to be sort of... I want this not to do the same as the map maker's done. Oh, my life is snatching. It's so terrible. Right, okay, so we're going to guess about there. Oh. If we put you in B mode, will you go away? Yes, you will. Right, okay, I'd say that's not too terrible. That's more like it. You can see the join on that one over there. I've not done that one as well as this one. Right, let's go grab our trailer. Grass, we said the grass. Oh, actually, we might be doing this the wrong way around. Yeah, we need another. We can sort of manage as we are. Yeah, it is what it is. The session's what the session is. I shouldn't really worry about it. Grass, I think we did say September cut. So really, it's true. This could really do with. I think we'll do that next session. It's going to be a session itself, so we're not speeding any time up. We're just going to like crack on and do what jobs we've got to do. No, I don't want to go through to October. We might start the grass cutting. I just don't think we'll finish it. Really, I should have said the other one. The other one could have managed an empty trailer. But we're there now, so silly of me. Typical of me, that. Bad decision. Yeah, I always think when you're not yourself that your decisions are bum anyway. Then just you like think that was a silly decision. Why? When you're sort of sensible and normal, your decisions are like well, you're sort of thinking about it properly. But I didn't. So makes no sense at all. We have also got that other thingy as well, haven't we? Other thingy, that's all my life. Very descriptive, Mr. Smith, that you've got the thingy. Do we? We can't really. No, we should have bought everybody, shouldn't we? Really? Yeah. What is the straps for on this then? I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little. Right, it's beautiful colours though. Right, we need to repair it. And we may as well have a go at repairing this. 2. It would... Yeah, no, I had a real silly idea then. I'd stick that in the back of the trailer. I've done things like that before and it never works out as you plan. I think flatbeds, you're going to come and grab something giant like that. It's no real worry at the minute. We've not got anything that could field such a big plough, so there's no real worry. Right, repair you 2... Oh yeah, definitely for 1. And you for 369. Absolutely amazing. Right, let's get this back and then let's get on with a bit of work. And then definitely look at its mirrors. I'm surprised that anybody could actually view out of those mirrors. They're that bad. So yes, I love this trailer. It is my favourite of any trailer. Yeah, I'm surprised 82 Studios hasn't... No, it's the next one. Although you can get down that one as well. Yeah, 82 Studios, I love the 70-tonner as well, even though we all know it's cheeky. It's definitely cheeky. But again, I like it. It's my favourite push in the game. Yeah, I do like my pushes, I do. There aren't many in the game of the really, but I do like them a lot. Yeah, that's why I was determined I was going to grab a push as the 50-yard tonner. Right, it's a bit tight actually. There's an awful lot of excellent sheds in the game now. I mean, you've got to make your children look at that mist lying on the ground. Is that not nice? Is that not very, very realistic? Right, So we have another slightly smaller trailer than ours, but again, it now means that we can like do like we can leave this on the side of the field and use a slightly bigger one for grabbing straw. 50 odd tons of straw every single time is not a bad amount to like do, is it really? So let's grab the mower set. We'll leave this out, and we'll also that's the point. Yeah, if these are green, oh, they are as well. Yeah, the buffalo milk is, but 2725. But then, if we wait any longer, see, these are almost at the price they should be, but they're a light green though. Yeah, I mean, we could reach very bright green later on today or in the morning. So I think let's get on with the plan that we said. I don't think that's a bad idea. And then fantastic. Is the time in real life 10 to 6 in the morning? I might actually be able to do all of the grass. Maybe we set this going and then we like follow the little one. We could, I suppose. I might have actually chosen the red rock in the wrong configuration, and perhaps should have chosen it in 36 and think of the little one. Yeah, because if this is going to be fielding, yeah, doing the grass work, then we're going to need a slightly less powerful one, aren't we, really? Right, so then 8685 was what we did. And remember, you don't go inside your thing, you actually click on the name of this, which is foxing, not just me, quite a few people. But I don't think it's a bad thing. No, I'm not saying clear current load course. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. It's just different. You've got to adjust like anything. Seriously? How hard was that? At nearest Gordon Bennett. Let's go grab that. I think we've definitely got the right one. I don't know. No, I do. I think if we're using the little one, then we really need to stick this down actually here, but like observe the fact that this is a beautiful place for us to sit at night and look out on the world. Then let's observe this fact. We also, yeah, I think this month's going to be long because we've also got to plant the wheat or canola. I think wheat. I think wheat actually. So we want to grab the red rock. And we want to adjust it slightly for this. Yeah, to the 36. I would have thought that was about perfect for this. All things considered. We've also got the milk to grab. I think it should be up at quite a nice amount now, I would say. We've sort of been building up. Yeah, 3,400 litres. It's not a lot, but it is for us and our youngsters. Obviously, after the winter, they'll be getting on, really. Right, okay, let's just... it is here. Right, so we want to customize again and spend a little bit more cash because I was a little bit mad. So we want the 36 plus 7,000. Yes, indeed. Yes. Because I just think that's going to be perfect. And honestly, at a certain point, it's not going to become important, is it? Because obviously, we'll have another tractor. But right this moment in time, this is the, like the secondary tractor. So let's grab the... Let's go around the corner and grab... Not there's a lot, but let's be thorough. Remember, it's very long. It's liable to hit the trees. I really should have left it a bit long, shouldn't I? I'm going to be like charging all the way around the field to actually fill this first bit. Oh, what happened? Oh, they do that where they go, and that's what gets them into trouble. Yeah, was it? Who was it who was saying? Oh, it was the. Oh, what's his name? What was his name? What is his name, in fact? Yeah, one of the big modders. The big... No, content creators, not modders. Yeah. I often go... He's not really my type of content creator, but he does good news and things like that. He's a bit too zany for me, and he's a bit of a cheaty. I mean, as in like that. That's the way he sort of does it to try to... You'll know what I'm talking about. It is DJ Goham. That's right, it is. Yeah, he was sort of saying at the beginning, no, I'm not going to go either. He was saying that, oh, okay. Hang on a minute. Are you, oh, you did do this last time, didn't you, actually? Yeah, no, you did. We can figure this out. Yeah, you did say at the beginning that they were very faffy, but they were confined to the field. Now they sort of seem to have changed, and they will go out away from the field, right? We want to. Let's do everything. We don't want any. Let's get that bit done as well. Yeah, that they were confined to the field. Was when you look at that, they're not. They actually go off the field edge at the edges, which is a bit of an odd behaviour. Perfect. And if we set you going just right here. The world order has been like sorted out. Right, that's about right, I would say. Go. Hopefully now there's no more shenanigans from yourself, because yeah. Oh, actually we weren't too far off, were we? I think it probably's done it. Oh, we're going to be right in the way though. Yeah, we are. It's true. Oh, and you can't jump in it. I know, that's the thing that I... Oh, my life. You spoke too soon. Oh, Curly. Seriously, mate, it's not rocket science. It's really not that tricky to work that one out. Say they were about right there, I'd say ish. See, yeah, that's spot on. Right, so let's whiz around the. Oh, you can't do it. Yeah, obviously, this is the thing that I keep saying was the oversight on the modders thing was about jumping into, because you've given it the ability to travel, but then you can't jump in it, which means it's sort of a bit of a... So yeah, that's one thing I'm going to do, if it's possible to do. I would have thought it was. You can jump into tractors. I might have to change it to a tractor to give it that ability. It's one of those things I've not modded yet, as in like, you know, to sort of observe, to see what is done. Aha. We have reached... we need to make sure we can get under the end though. Oh, it's a bit wobbly. I suppose you always... I mean, it's not terrible, because you can always... Oh, wow, he's missed... Oh, he's missed an entire section. Yeah, my bad. It was my total badness on that one. I misjudged, and he's obviously missed the previous one and gone for the next set. That's not my fault. Someone's got potatoes in the fields, probably about ready this time of year. Not quite. Right, I believe there was mention of a time lapse, and I do think to stretch time out we probably need to go into one. So yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. done, boy. That was a bit of this is not really quite there. These fields, I did say this when we bought it, this is quite a tough field, really. Probably best for grass work, really, as well. But I think we've done well. Yeah, did very well, really. I tried to use the contours of the land as best as I could as well. It's about right in the right place, just not quite. It's a bit hard to but you get a feel for it, like you do all sort of jobs. But then you also, I think you always find your mood affects things too. How did we actually do? And have we all? I think we'll already have told the grass in our grass silo to already go, but we shall have a look. I would imagine we have indeed, and we've got 120 tons. I remember it did distribute on the hours, and we just saw a wage payment, so it may be that that's also sure. Oh my life, 305,000 litres of grass in the self-sufficiency, trundling along nicely now. I would imagine we'll probably run out of water. Yeah, we have. So, one final job then. Let's switch you off. You've done very well. Ooh, and I'm pushing against the... So that's the only bad thing, isn't it, really? Yeah, nearly, literally, time to go to work. That was a monster session, it really was. So, yeah, in fact, I think it's true. Even though I want to carry it out, it's my natural want is to just crack on, and really, we've not got time. So, yeah. All that remains to be... I've showed all of the grass. That's the... Let's be honest, what have we done this session? Grass. So, it's true. Although I always show this on the beginning session anyway, how well did we do. So, yeah, no one's ever going to miss anything, really. Yeah, so, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.